Hello, everybody, and happy almost New Year, and happy on the other side of the big week of the holiday season. I am Michelle with Moksha Grace Coaching, and thank you so much for being here, and thank yourself for being here because that means that you are taking a moment out of your day. Maybe it's lunchtime, maybe it's late morning, whatever part of your day it is, you're taking that time right now to be here with me, with yourself in this moment. So thank yourself for that. And I thank you for that. So today's topic is, did anything go right in 2022? Good morning, Keith. Did anything go right in 2022? I'm going to ask you a simple question. Are you here? Yes. Are you breathing? Yes. Did you breathe and wake up 12 months out of this year so far? Knock on wood. Yes. So the answer to the question, did anything go right? I'm going to say, and yes, I know I'm a hopeless romantic and a forever optimist. I'm going to say yes, because as Steve Harvey would say, your survival rate at this point is 100%. How can we have more better days than not good days? That is the question that I would like to raise. But for now, we're going to talk about kind of doing a life review on 2022. And we're not going to pick it apart like, every itty bit of it. I know that those that are on and those that may watch this in the future, listen, there have been some really, I'm just going to say it, excuse my language if there's kids in the room, there's been some really shitty moments in 2022 for all of us. But you know what? There's been some really cool moments. There's been some amazing moments. And focusing, when we think of the universal laws and laws of attraction, focusing on what went really well while you do a life review, thinking of what this year taught and brought you, those are the things that we can capture the energy of that and then bring it in to our planning for 2023. And before we get into any of that, let's do as we always do, and let's just take a moment and bring ourselves into the moment. So we're going to do 3 deep breaths. We're going to hold it for 3 seconds at the top, and then just a loud exhale, a loud moan, a groan, whatever you want. Okay? So big deep breath in and hold it. 3, 2, 1, exhale. One more time. Big deep breath in. Exhale. And sorry, I said 3 times, so one more time. Big deep breath in. Just let it out. So we're not going to go through the year of 2022 month by month. Let's kind of do it in category. And if you want to write this down, get some paper, get a pen, because we're going to do the good stuff. We're going to do the stuff that you're going to want to look at again and again, especially when you're planning for next year. So let's take family and friends first. Now, if you're like me, there's been some losses this year. I lost my father-in-law, who was basically my dad for most of my life. And I lost a brother who I didn't have the opportunity to know, not very well. What did it teach me and bring me this year? Just those two situations, those two people that meant something to me. It brought me clarity on what I can do better. It brought me clarity on what I was able to accomplish, what I was able to help my family go through. And it opened my heart. It opened my heart. It broke my heart, but it also opened. You know, there's a photo, and I'll have to share it on here later. It's a picture of this beautiful statue, and it's cracked, but there's this beautiful golden light shining through it. If we keep our hearts so closed that we never get any cracks, but it's not open either, then that beautiful light can't shine through. Beautiful light can't come into it either. So sometimes our hearts do have to be broken or cracked, fractured, for the beautiful light to come and go, to flow. So write down on your list the people that brought or taught you something this year, good, bad, or indifferent. There's still life lessons that you can bring forward. I have a couple people that there were not great times with, and I'm thankful for what I was taught through those situations, what I learned, what those situations brought me. Are there things that have come into your life since this time last year that you didn't have? It can be material things. It can be building, rebuilding a new house, fixing what was broke, maybe being able to expand where needed, whether it's a physical room or it's your own person, your personality, your circle of friends. So who are those people that brought and taught you something over the year? And what are some of those lessons that you're grateful for that you were able to learn this year? These are the things that you write down. Now, what about your career? Are you grateful for where you are in your career right now? And that could be rebuilding. It could be restructuring yourself and how you show up in your career. It could be starting something new. So these, again, are the things to be grateful for. What about the places that you were able to go or experience this year? Were you able to get away? Did you have a staycation and learn something new about your own area? Are you grateful for those times that you were able to get away? And maybe it was just sitting by a stream. Maybe it was, for me, sitting in the Keys next to a palm tree. Every time I get to do that, I'm grateful. The little things are what makes the big things. All the little things that we accumulate over the years. And financially, maybe you're not where you want to be. No one's ever happy financially. Well, some people are, but even them, you win the lottery, you still want more. My goal is always to forget when payday is. My goal is always to forget having to check my bank account, not know when the bills are coming in, because there's just money there. That's all. That's it. Simple. So really think about what this year has taught you and brought you. Really think about what it has shown you. Because there's some people that are not in our life anymore, and that's okay. Maybe they're not supposed to be, not for where we're going. And we should be thankful that whatever happened, happened so that we can move on and move forward. Because it's all about growth and expansion. So 2023 for me, that is my theme. To continue growth and expansion. So looking at 2022 and being grateful for everything that I've learned and everything that the way I've been able to grow and the way I've been able to expand, and then go, okay, now I just want more. More, please. More, please. And if there's things that you want to address, if there's things that you want to change, you wouldn't know that you wanted to change them unless something happened in 2022 to bring it to your attention. So yes, I know that I can be positive, sometimes annoyingly positive, but that is me, and that's what makes me me. Is that I can look at a situation and I can flip it and I can see what is the point. Because there is a point to everything that we experience, a point in everything that we do, and a point to everyone that we meet. So we talked about that. Now let's talk about this planning thing. So I seem to have a love-like relationship with planners and goal setting. While I love it, I know how it works for me. And I like to do it my way. Don't we all like to do things our own way? It's getting to know yourself and what works for you. So what's worked for you in the past? Is it getting a planner and writing it all down of what your goals are and then working backwards on what has to happen every single month in order to reach that goal, and then what has to happen every week? And if that's your thing, excellent. That is so cool. That's strategic and I love it, and that's great. Go for it. If it's a vision board that you want to take, virtual or otherwise, and you want to cut out pictures or find pictures and put it all together on the goals and the things that you want to see for yourself in this time next year. So think about 365 days from today, on the 28th of December, 2023. If you look at that vision board, what do you want to see that you can go, check, 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 did it. And if the vision board works for you, then go for that. Some people like a vision board, but in the form of a letter, right? A future self letter. And those are super cool because you can write them from the perspective of you a year from today. So a year from today, Michelle, me, I'm going to write myself a letter to tell her where we're at a year from now. And those future self letters should go deep and not just talk about the things that you want to have, what you want to experience. What are the feelings that you want to work through, go through? Maybe there's some triggers that you want to process and you want to get rid of. That can be a goal. The most important part of all of this is that however you decide that you're going to do your planning for 2023, one, do it your way, like we talked about. And then the next important thing is to set the tone, set the setting. Sit down and do it in a time when you're feeling gratitude. So that's why we were looking at the 2022 gratitude and what can you write down? Have that list with you when you're writing for 2023. Review it. Get in the feel of gratitude and thankfulness before you jump in for 2023. Because now you're bringing that energy into your planning. You want to do it in a way and at a time of day that's also good for you. Don't do it at the end of the day when you're exhausted and you're tired and you don't care and you just want to go to sleep and it's just another thing on your to-do list to get done. Bring some fun into it. You want stickers, throw some stickers. You want to draw it. Whatever it is for you. And that's what makes it yours. I remember I had a vision board, and this was back in the 90s. I might age myself a little here. And it was pictures, and I had put it together in a Word document and then printed it out in color. But I had a picture of a house I wanted. I had a picture of my kids in graduation, robes and cap and gown. I had all these different things on it. And here's the kicker. For me, I kept it on my desk. And I became home blind to it. It's not that I noticed that it was there every day. I didn't look at it and go, wow, those are really pretty colors. Or, oh, look at what I did. It was just there. And I can tell you that about 90% of it all came true. But I didn't focus on it. It was just there. I saw it every day, but I didn't focus on it. I once in my journal had written down goal setting. Somebody had wanted me to do goal setting to the smallest detail. And I did, because, I will try anything once or twice. And I did it. I didn't focus on it the rest of the year. I left it in that planner. I don't even think I opened the planner again until the end of the year. When I looked at it and went, I've never even touched this thing. Should I throw it out? And I opened it and I hit the mark. So it's the intention when you go into the goal. For me, that's the part that matters, is setting the intention, setting the goal, and then leaving it, putting it into God's hands, the universe's hands, source, whatever you believe. But for me, that works for me. And so you have to do what works for you. Some people want to look at their goals every single day. These are my goals. This is what I have to do today. This is how I'm going to hit it, and every single detail. And that's cool if it works for them. And if it works for you. So all I'm saying is, be you. Do you. Make sure that you know and this is the important part, you have to know yourself. Because if you're doing it out of people pleasing, then it's not going to mean anything to you. If you're doing it because you want to do it and it means something to you, then that's what's going to resonate and stick in your heart. So last year I got this beautiful, beautiful journal. Gorgeous. So pretty. And I did it for about 3 months. And it was cool. It was fun. Setting it up was really nice. It was cool. But it became too much. It became overwhelming. Because in my head, I felt like I had to follow every direction. I had to follow. I mean, look at this. I put a lot of work into all of this. There's a lot of stuff in here. And I'm going to look at this and review it and go, how much of this actually meant something to me? And how much of these goals were because I thought other people wanted me to hit these goals. So the goals are yours. This is your year. But you have to know why you're doing it. And if you're doing it for yourself, then that's what matters. You can't do it for other people. You can't change for other people. You can't quit something for other people. You have to make that choice for yourself, and you have to do it because you know that it's what you want. So, anyone want to share what their favorite method is, what their favorite goal setting is, or even what your goal is for the year? Anyone want to be brave and put it out there? Spend more time in nature. That's an important one. Ground yourself more. That's always a good one. Be healthier. That's a good one. Yes, set it and forget it. Are you really forgetting it, or are you just not focusing on the fact that you don't have it yet, and therefore in your subconscious it's churning and making its way to you? Because we can set it. Exactly. So the big message for today is to do it your way. This is your goals, your time, your 2023 for you to be the best version of you. But take ownership in the process, and don't do it because someone wants you to do it. Do it because you want to do it. And if you don't want to do it, then that's when you should get curious. And that actually is probably my biggest goal this year, is I've left judgment. Ugh. We still have our moments, judgment and I, but it's about being curious. It's about being curious. So that's my big goal for the year, my theme is to be curious. What is this bringing me? What is it? I will see you right here next week, next year, 2023. And we are going to start off with a bang. And I look forward to seeing you. And be safe.